Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao.
The Inares Center in Antipolo is just about ready for more basketball action as the Rizal Golden Coolers are coming off a big win against the defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. But the Muntinlupa Cagers will not just give that away, as they are also gunning for their first win. This is Game 3 here today of your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
And for the first time this season, we are coming to you live from the Inares Center in Antipolo City as we make our way for the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers' first home defense of the season. They will have to do that against Dave Moralde and the rest of the Muntinlupa Cagers. Moralde had a good opening game for this year. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists as one of the only holdovers of this Muntinlupa squad. He'll be matching up against former champion here in the Mpbl, Keith Agovida, who had crucial baskets in the end game to score 16 points, 6 out of 11 from the field, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and he did have 3 steals as well to lead Rizal to an upset victory over the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio. Juanito, Rizal is coming off a confidence-boosting victory in their first game of the season, while Muntinlupa, they're looking to get their first victory. That was a tough loss against Quezon City. What do you think are the things that will happen at the start of this ball game?
Well, you look at both of these teams, talent-wise, I think they're at par. Both are really having a lot of veterans, a lot of good talent, but confidence-wise, medyo mataas tong Rizal because they just beat our former champions in that last game, and of course led by Keith Agovida and the rest of the squad. It's going to be very, very exciting in their first home game this season.
Pag-usapan muna natin ang ating away team, the Muntinlupa Cagers. They started that game against Quezon City on a good note. Unfortunately, Muntinlupa, they just fizzled out in the end game, could not come up with baskets in the fourth quarter. Quezon City, despite the loss of Itchy Altamirano in the game, stayed strong and hacked out an 81-74 victory.
In that late game, it was really the youth of Quezon City that really provided the difference. But Muntinlupa played well in that ball game. A lot went their way. Better field goals. They were 45% in that last game, but they were not as aggressive as Quezon City. They did not have the same free throws as Quezon City, and their main problem was their turnovers, +6 for Muntinlupa. But if there's something scary for Muntinlupa, is that everybody can step up. 60 of their 74 points coming off the bench para dito sa Muntinlupa.
Those 21 turnovers turned into 29 points by Quezon City. Doon talaga sila nadala, and they were outscored 15-27 in the fourth quarter. That's the reason why they lost that ball game in the end. Tako naman tayo sa kabilang panig. Let's talk about the home squad, the Rizal Golden Coolers. What a ball game this was. Nobody expected this to happen. They were down by 19 in the first quarter. In the second period, they were able to tie the game at 38, and they never looked back after that. Guys like Rainiel Veloria, Alwin Alday, helping out Keith Agovida get that first victory of the season over the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
You know, that last game was surprising, to say the least. Pampanga, coming off a championship, was beaten by a new team, a new squad, a fresh bunch of players para sa Rizal Golden Coolers, but they found a way to make it work in that first game. Better field goals, they shot more three-pointers, but at the end of the day, it was the veteran stability. You hear names like Alday, Casino, Agovida, Apacible, and Viloria. These guys are ready to compete, and that is the way they started the season.
I mean, you know, we talk about guys like Reniel Viloria as well. He shared scoring honors with Keith Agovida in that game. He's at courtside with Ms. Mika Besamis.
Craniel, ginulat niyo ang lahat sa panalo niyo against Pampanga. Lalo ka na with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Kumusta kayo noon after that game?
Yun nga, after game, siyempre masaya. Nagawa namin yung game plan ng coaches. Props sa coaches namin sa kanila talaga yung panalong yun.
Nakwento mo sa akin kanina itong bago mong role na talagang magiging shooter ka na nitong Rizal. Ano? Nakapag-adjust ka na ba sa system ni Coach Ralph?
Sa simula pa lang sa una pagpunta ko, yun na kinausap ako ni Coach Ralph na yun yung trabaho ko, kaya pinanindigan ko na.
Reniel, anong gusto mo sabihin sa fans ng Rizal?
Sa lahat ng fans ng Rizal, please come and support us and Mpbl. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. It's gonna be Muntinlupa versus Rizal as we give it to Miguel Pere, who will take it away.
Catching another exciting ball game here at the Inaris Center in Antipolo City, Rizal. Welcome to tonight's main game between Muntinlupa and your Rizal. This is the 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 6 presented by Extreme. Live on the official Mpbl Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53, on satellite and on Pilipinas Live app. Let's make way for the starting units. First off, for Muntinlupa Cagers, Elberg Paramount. Starting at guard, number 9, Jasper Cuevas. Also at guard, number 71, Kevin Buenaflor. At center, number 25, Ryan Arenal. At forward, number 24, Gabe Capascio. And the other forward, number 5, Joshua Giab. Head coach for Muntinlupa Cagers is Mixon Ramos. Assistant coaches Alex Calveng, J.R. Villanueva, Jerry Andalion, and Noel Villapa. Team manager is Vince Harder. Team owners are Kaiser Galvez, Grace Galvez, attorney Jemina C., and Aya Saicon. And now, Inares Center, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit of your Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Starting at forward, number 7, Marco Balagtas. At center, number 37, John Apacible. Starting at guard, number 17, Alwin Alday. Also at guard, number 40, J.K. Casino. And the other forward, number 1, Craniel Viloria. Head coach for your Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers is Ralph Rivera. Assistant coaches Don Villamin and Christian Coronel. Team manager is Kyle Cruz. Team owner is Sandre Cruz.
Our starting five of the game brought to you by Buenas, Cuevas, Buenaflor, Arenal Capascio, and Gia para sa Muntinlupa. For your home squad, it's J.K. Casino, Alwin Alday, John Apacible, Marco Balagtas, and Craniel Viloria. Rizal Golden Coolers looking to go 2-0 at the start of the season, while Muntinlupa looking for their first victory in 2 games here at the start of our 6th season. This is the last game of your Monday triple header here at the Inares Center in Antipolo. Javi Balanya joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Ms. Mika Abisamis. Capascio's second straight start para sa Muntinlupa. Giab hands it off. Shot clock now winding down for Muntinlupa. Capascio needs a teammate. 3-pointer, that's way off the mark. Shot clock did not reset.
That's one of the reasons why Rizal got that win in that last game, that if defensive game plan against the talents of each team they're facing against, and you saw it on that first play, they are ready with each scouting report they have on the players of Muntinlupa.
Rizal might not be loaded with as much talent as the other squads that we have, especially in the Northern Division. But these are guys that have played in the Mpbl. Two of them have won championships already in the league, in Marco Balagtas and Ita Govida.
No, I'll make it simple, Avi. These are winners. These are winners that are playing for Rizal. Not the top names, but they just know how to get those victories. We saw that in that last game. You saw how J.K. Casino played. You saw how Cranial Viloria stepped up. You saw how Kita Govida put his team on his back and everybody just helped through. But this is a team that's really willing to get what it takes to get those wins here in the season.
Cuevas looking inside to Josh Giab. Fortunately, that's broken off by Cranial Viloria. Viloria 16 points in that game against Pampanga. Balagtas, he can hit it from the outside. That's the first basket of the game.
But that is a specialty. The textbook stretch for Balagtas can really shoot it from that range.
1 out of 4 from downtown against Pampanga. He was 3 out of 10 overall. Good for 9 points. Capasso looking inside. When a floor pops out, use the Arenal screen. It's now with Cuevas. Shot clock winding down once again here for the white shirts. When the floor has to hoist it up, that's the second 24-second shot clock violation of Muntinlupa here at the start of the game.
Good defense by Rizal to start this ball game. They are making it hard for Muntinlupa to get those attacks. And that's already 2 24-second violations by Muntinlupa.
Totally new look team this year for Muntinlupa. New head coach and a new set of players para sa kanila. Coach Mixon Ramos taking over from Coach Aldrin Morante. And a lot of young guys here in this roster para sa kanila. Nakakwento nga sa akin ni Team Captain Dave Moralde na kaming mga veterano, naging bata kami dito eh. Napipilitan kaming dumepensa.
Si Tito Dimo is now forced, not really known as a defender in his high school and collegiate days. But now, pwede na natin siyang tawagin the Warden, Dave Moralde. Kasi ito na yung kanyang best defensive effort he had his whole career.
Oh, he had a chase down block in that game against Quezon City. He'll be coming off the bench this evening.
I'll ask you, Javi, he was our teammate in college. Have you seen him play defense the same way?
No, absolutely not. As Beneflor gets Muntinlupa on the board.
And finally, the first two para din sa Muntinlupa, Cagers off that drop pass.
Oh, funny, we actually have two former college teammates here in this game, in Dave Moralde and Gabe Capasso.
Tayong dalawa retired na lang at nagdadaldal dito. But you know, we're proud of them because they made it this far in their careers. But so far, they are down 4 as Alwin Alday just made that three-pointer.
And talking about going far in your career, Alwin Alday, who made a name for himself in various recreational leagues across the metro, finding his way to the Mpbl, and since then he has been a household name dito sa Liga. Makoy Marcos, CSB Blazer, missing from the outside. He was one of their top scorers at 14 points in that game against QC. Balagtas tried to go down low to Jana Pasible, and he readily acknowledges the coach Ralph Rivera.
It's a good intention, bad execution right there. But let's watch his three-pointer. You cannot stay that far from Alwin Alday as this guy can make it from that range.
A three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Not the best strokes, but you know, it's been working for him for years, so why change it? Cuevas goes to Marcos, spins baseline. Makoy to the corner. That's a tough look for Buenaflor. Seems to be a push against Alday. Nahuli sa baba ni referee Jojo Belnas.
Physicality really going the side of Rizal here. With 4 minutes, but they've only forced 2 points from Muntinlupa, and that is a terrific defensive effort to start the ball game para dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
Cuevas inbounds to the wrong guy. Viloria looks ahead. Look at the big guy, Jana Pasible, running the floor. He's rewarded with a bounce pass and the 2 points.
Good to see Jana Pasible back here in the 5-on-5 game. We've watched him a few seasons in the 3-on-3. He was very successful there. Then at the end, John Mpbl is back here showing out his talent here in the Mpbl.
That's always been one of his better qualities. He's a big man, but he has that speed, he has that ability to be able to run on the break.
You know, John Mpbl has always been a guy who can move from his high school days all the way here in college. You know, let's watch him again here. He sees Cranial Viloria get that basketball. John Mpbl going all the way, leaking out, getting that easy too.
A fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. You and I also had the opportunity to go up against Mpbl early in his career during his days with Hope Christian. That was quite a loaded lineup that they had. Also featured Clint Doliges, who is also now playing here in the Mpbl.
Parang habi mga kwento, parang dinidiin mo lang na retired na tayong dalawa. Hindi ko lang gusto mong iparating.
Hindi ko naman dinidiin. Gusto ko lang i-share sa mga nanonood sa atin. By the way, thank you to everybody watching us on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal, Satellite Channel 53, on our Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as on the Pilipinas Live app. Giab trying to back down Mpbl. That's a foul given up by Mpbl.
It's not going to be easy because John Mpbl is wide, he's strong, and he's long. He may be able to move, but this guy is very stable down on the low post. But he's lucky he got a foul, an overextension of the shoulder galing kay John Mpbl.
It's going to be 2 shots given here to Giab. Has 2 rebounds in this game, but still no points on the board yet. Played almost 15 minutes against QC, but was 1 out of 6 from the field, had 5 points. Yeah, missing on the first free throw. Most of his points actually came from the free throw line in that game against Quezon City. He misses both free throws. Di nagkaintindihan doon si Marco Balagtas at John Mpbl.
Natawa na lang sila kasi that's a free rebound for you guys.
Jasper Longalong off the inbound and fresh off the bench, knocking down that jumper on the baseline.
I've seen that many times in the last season with Bataan. Every time he gets a good position, he can make that shot. And here he gets a steal on the next play.
That's what Coach Mixon Ramos loves, being part of our colleague Coach Louie Gonzalez's staff in JRU. They put a heavy premium on the defensive side of the basketball. Makoy Marcos right there spinning and getting the foul. So a lot of free throws for Muntinlupa here in the first period.
Very slow first quarter. We're having a lot of fouls, a lot of free throws. Makoy Marcos, one of the 2 guys coming off that Benilde program. Is he a home run para dito sa Muntinlupa?
No, he's not.
No, he's not a homegrown. But Makoy Marcos, I've always loved this kid because he also puts a premium on the defensive end. I've seen him in Benilde. I've watched him even before his collegiate day. So very good to see Makoy Marcos transferring over dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers.
JK Casino and John Mpbl will troop to the bench in favor of Chad Alonzo. And Jerry Pingoy, welcome back to the Mpbl. By the way, the last time he saw action here in the league was a couple of seasons ago when he was still playing for the Jensen Warriors under Coach Marlon Martin. Alday, forced to give it up. Alonzo, looks top. Alday for 3. Yes, sir.
Catch and shoot, that is a specialty of Alwin Alday. You cannot give him enough space because this guy can take it and make it.
Second 3-point shot of the game. Viloria gets the steal. Pingoy leaves it. Viloria will score.
Good teamwork by Viloria and Pingoy from the double team to that 2 versus 1. Perfect communication, perfect finish for Rizal.
And that prompts Coach Mixon Ramos to burn a ceasefire here as we take a look at display of the game. Brought to you by Buenas, defense to offense. And then Jerry Pingoy, eyes at the back of his head, leaving it for Cranial Viloria. They are up by 8 points. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 13-5 is the count. There you go on your screens. Former Rizal Golden Cooler, now San Miguel Beerman, here in the venue at the Inares Center in Antipolo as we take a look at Alwin Alday. 12 points and 13 rebounds plus 4 assists against Pampanga.
I'm more surprised with the 13 rebounds for a point guard. He really positioned himself to get a lot of good rebounds there. One of the key factors for their victory against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Alday will stop and pop for 3. That's the third trifecta of the game for Mr. Alday.
So we call it a home court advantage. He seems to be very comfortable in taking those threes today in this ball game.
Jetro Sombero is in the game for the first time and he commits an offensive foul on that shot.
Jetro Sombero, one of the 2 guys coming from the Bataan program, transferring over dito sa Muntinlupa alongside Jasper Longalong. We know this guy is also a talent, but there just overextends his arm for the charge.
16-5 is the score. Rizal continues to hold control of this game. Viloria face-up move, could not get it on the left-hand finish. Rocky Asidre in the game for some scoring punch here for Muntinlupa. Longalong, a little hesitation. Step back jumper, that's good.
No, this guy really has a good jumper. Jasper Longalong from the outside or the mid-range, from the jump, from the dribble or the catch, can really make those kinds of jumpers.
Chad Alonzo looking for Marco Balagtas, gets it to him. Balagtas from the outside. Rizal is waxing hot here in the first period.
15 of the 19 points of Rizal all are coming off that three-point line. 2 from Balagtas, 3 from Alday, and they have not missed in this ball game.
That's a tough jumper. Another one from Jasper Longalong, cutting this Rizal lead to 10. Boy, what about the three-point shooting of this Rizal squad?
5 out of 5, 15 of the 19 points already.
They were 9 out of 27 against Pampanga. Here's Viloria, one-on-one. Could not knock it down. Asidre looks up. Sombero fakes out Alonzo. Sombero all the way to the cup.
Jetro Sombero showing that he can also put that ball on the floor, reading that baseline well and seeing that there's enough space for him to get that basket.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Alday will take it a little bit too strong. That's the first miss from the outside for Rizal in this game. Asidre directing traffic here for Muntinlupa. March De Leon, one of the guys in double figures for Muntinlupa against QC. Asidre looks at the clock. It reads 6. Viloria very active defensively here for Rizal. Pingoy on to Alday. Alwin. One-handed shot is good, plus the foul. Alwin Alday will troop to the line for one more shot.
Just gotta love that from Alwin Alday. They now respect his three-pointer. Full closeout. Ngayon, kaya rin niya ipakita that he has so much more weapons than just that three-point shot. Now in double figures in the ball game, already 11 points for Alwin Alday after that foul and the basket.
Watch this move. Gets by Jasper Longalong. And the help defense coming from Jetro Sombero, not showing enough resistance against one of the premier scorers in the league in Alwin Alday.
You know what I love about Alwin Alday? He's not the highest leaper. He's not the most athletic. But he just has enough creativity and enough skill to find that basket and get it in. You already see 11 points in the first 9 minutes of the ball game. Make that 13 para kay Alwin Alday.
We're witnessing the Alwin Alday show here in the first quarter. Dave Moralde, the man that Juanito Gregorio has dubbed as the Warden, is now in the game para sa Muntinlupa. De Leon takes it from 12 feet, misses. They get the offensive rebound. Moralde puts the ball on the deck. Moralde gets 2 points.
I really cannot give him that space because he has a very strong upper body and big hands. So he really has that finish. But talk about finishes, Abby. This guy has 15 already in the first quarter.
And they're up by 12, 25 to 13. Moralde. They go now back to Jasper Longalong against Mpbl Jimenez. Gonzalez loses it. And there's a foul. That's going to go against Nico Gonzalez.
Foul on number 99, Nico Gonzalez. Substitution, Kobe.
Only the 13th foul in the quarter for Muntinlupa, so no free throws yet para dito sa Rizal. As we take a look at our lucky fan, brought to you by Buenas. Our first time here this season at the Inares Center dito sa Antipolo.
Home game of Rizal, but we seem to have some Muntinlupa fans as well trooping over dito sa Rizal.
Siyempre, including former Rizal Golden Cooler Troy Malilian. He's in the building as well. Jerry Pingoy used to take a lot of those when we were in high school. Just couldn't knock it down on that play.
Oh, that's gonna be bad. Oh, no. They still have one more foul to give. So that won't mean free throws para dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers, but they only have 0.2 for them to be able to get a shot.
Let's see how this pans out. Pingoy to inbound. Agovida. Ooh, that could have counted. I don't think that will. But our referees, will they try to double check this still?
I think it's just a little too late. 0.2 is too hard to get a shot in. Check pa rin ng mga referees natin yan. But this is still a good start for Rizal. 25 to 13 in the first quarter. 66% in their field goals. Very efficient para dito sa Rizal. And to think, kakapasok pa lang ng ating best player the last game in Pete Agovida. So this is a very deep lineup in the Rizal Golden Coolers.
That man on your screens, he has been lightning hot here in the first period. 15 points, 6 out of 7 from the field, 3 out of 4 from the outside, plus a couple of rebounds.
Alwin Alday doing everything to start the ball game strong para dito sa Rizal. They don't want another comeback. They want to control this pace. And so far, 15 of the 25 for Alwin Alday, 25-13 in favor of the Rizal Golden Coolers.
End of the first quarter score brought to you by GameX.
You're still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Tinutukan daw talaga ng Rizal Golden Coolers ang defense against the Giant Lanterns. They covered their half-court plays and Rizal converted. For this game, Coach Ralph reminded the boys that even if they are coming from a big win, to lower their expectations, wag masyadong mataas because Muntinlupa could work on that. Before Pampanga, underdog kami. Underdog pa rin kami ngayon. He expects to see more from Bonlaun, Mpbl Jimenez, and of course, given na si Balagtas, who definitely knows the system of Muntinlupa. He appreciates the support of Cranial and Alwin in terms of their contribution on offense, as we can see here tonight. Javi Juanito.
Thank you so much, Mika. That's definitely good words shared to Mika by Coach Ralph Rivera, that they can't be too high after that Pampanga win. They're going to have to move on and focus on the things remaining. As we take a look at the first quarter field goal story, 62% for Rizal in Muntinlupa with 46. Cagers have yet to hit from the outside, while Rizal is 5 out of 7. At one point, they were actually perfect from beyond the arc. Jerry Pingoy giving up the foul there to prevent the fast break. There's Coach Ralph Rivera on your screens. Also the head coach of Our Lady of Fatima University. Actually, buong coaching staff nila nag-take over dito sa kupunan ng Rizal.
That is a very respected basketball school here in the Metro. So I'm sure that he will be bringing his geniuses dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers. A very good signing para dito sa Rizal.
25 to 13. Golden Coolers so far in control of this game. this was the play in question. Jerry Pingoy giving up the foul. Medyo napabiwangan niya dito si Nico Gonzalez. They're gonna check. They check if that was supposed to be an unsportsmanlike foul, but upon review, it is an unsportsmanlike foul.
It is because it's a fast break, and you cannot take the advantage of it being a fast break opportunity. And he was not gunning for the ball. He just wanted a stop. So it's not really him wanting to hurt anyone. It's just the intent of the rule book. So it really is gonna result in an unsportsmanlike foul. But no dirty play from Jerry Pingoy. It's just the rule book being the rule book.
Gonzalez knocking down that second free throw. Muntinlupa will keep possession. Moralde to inbound. Giap being pressured heavily by veteran Chad Alonzo. Moralde sees the advantage against the smaller Pingoy. Moralde overshoots the mark. Giap on the stick back.
Giap has been on the rebounding end this whole ball game. A few good rebounds coming from Giap. Maybe undersized, but good positioning is enough for him to get good rebounds.
Agovida rips through, goes left, finishes the 2 points.
How basic was that shot? Rip through, 2 dribbles, layup. Sabi nga ni si Delph Tupas, he's the only guy who scored 81. The same style on every play, and that is just the basic basketball. Keith Agovida is showing everybody.
It's crazy how he did that. Of course, that was broken, that record by Joshua Saret, but both guys coming from the JRU Light Bombers program. There's a foul called against Chad Alonzo. Chad Alonzo has been a mainstay here in the league. He has always been able to get the team. As we take a look at Keith Agovida's move, simple, basic, yet effective. First free throw is good para kay Josh Giap. Player din to ni Coach Louie Gonzalez. Talagang nagkalat na naman ang mga JRU Heavy Bombers dito sa Mpbl.
Si Coach Louie tuwing Mpbl parang nagdi-disperse ng players. Tapos pag NCAA na ulit, okay na. May experience na kayo.
Pati assistant niya eh. Pinapakalat niya eh.
Coach, iba yung style ni Coach Louie. Parang bakit ko kayo hahayaan na isang team, di ba? Kanya-kanyang experience kayo. Pero kung kailangan na kayo, balik na kayo sa akin, di ba? And it really proved the difference for Coach Louie. Marwin Junicio, AJ Miranda, JL Gonzalez, they were all given their own spotlights in the MPBL last season. Yet, pagdating sa NCAA, everybody was really proving their worth for Coach Louie. And of course, si Coach Louie, nakabantay yan. Nandito lang sa panel si Coach Louie.
Chad Alonzo getting the offensive rebound and the putback right there off the Agovida miss. 29-17, 12 pa rin ang kalamangan dito. Giap, ball fake,
good ball
and
fake.
the layup.
Good pass fake to a Euro step for Joshua Giap.
There's a foul given up here by Cuevas. Take a look at that move by Josh Giap, the ability to put the ball on the deck and to attack the defense from the outside, proving very effective for Muntinlupa on that play.
That's a good read coming from Josh Giap. That pass fake really put the defender on the other side.
Marvel Jimenez, Mika mentioned in her report earlier that Coach Ralph Rivera expects more from him offensively. There, he commits the offensive foul. Jimenez was only good for 3 points in that game against Pampanga.
Another giving him a lot more opportunities here in the ball game to prove himself. But to start the ball game, that is an obvious charge coming from him. Overextension of the arm after a good pressure coming from the guards of Muntinlupa.
He only played 7 minutes against the Giant Lanterns. Giap wants it right here against Kobe Davis. Moralde outside. Gonzalez fakes the shot. Gonzalez leaves it clean. Block up top by Keith Agovida.
Good execution. Just better defense coming from Keith Agovida.
San Argente, another Coach Louie player on the floor for Rizal. First time. Agovida drawing the foul.
I just love how much he is in control of that basketball. Not rushing anything, but you just know that he has a magnet for that ball. Just knowing how to control it well getting enough space for him to get that foul eventually.
I'm just so happy that the Mpbl is here to give guys like Keith Agovida a rejuvenated career in professional basketball. He was pegged to be a big name as soon as he got out of high school. Unfortunately, his collegiate career didn't go as well as he had expected to with Arellano. Got drafted in the PBA, but didn't really make a name for himself there. Pagpunta niya sa Mpbl, talagang pumutok ulit yung pangalan niya.
And that is why he is given second chances here. And he proved to everybody that he deserves this second chance.
Miss from the outside coming from Moralde. And there's a foul against Rizal on the rebound play. Adrian Lau, bagong pasok rin dito for Rizal.
Having a slower second quarter, a lot more fouls. That's why a lot of stoppages in play in the second quarter. But knowing that both of these teams have lots of veterans, we know na mag-utakan talaga itong mga to, and there will be a lot of physicality.
Longalong, who had 6 points for Muntinlupa in the first quarter, all on perimeter jumpers, missing from the outside. Recycle here for the white shirts. Longalong from a more comfortable spot knocks it down.
It's like we're watching a Jasper Longalong mid-range camp right here from all angles, from the receive, from the left jumper, from the right jumper, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Argente setting up the table for Rizal. Agovida rejects the screen. Agovida, that's a lot of contact for sure. There was a whistle blown. That's going to be 2 free throws for the former Davao Occidental Tiger.
Watch this again. Jasper Longalong, 2 dribbles, enough space, textbook. Jasper Longalong extending his scoring here in the ball game. 8 points already.
Agovida takes care of business on the first free throw. There you see Coach Ralph Rivera. And among his assistants, former Letran Knight, Christian Coronel, as well on that bench for Rizal.
Former Santa Lucia Realtor.
That's correct.
Christian Coronel, one of those tough guards na talagang ang trabaho, pumressure, up top.
Pressure, but he could also score.
Oh yeah.
He's a dead shot from the outside.
You know, he's one of the types of players nung naglalaro siya. You would know that would coach eventually.
Yeah.
He just had a feeling. So nung nakita mo na siya bench, alam ko na mag-coach siya eh. Even though you did not say he was gonna coach, you just had a feeling he's gonna coach.
Pero ako tatanungin ko sa'yo, ito ba si Dave Moralde may future sa coaching to?
Kapag to si The Warden, talagang tuloy-tuloy sa defensive. Naku, feeling ko pwede itong maging future coaching staff ng Muntinlupa Cager. Coach Warden.
Well, actually, to everybody watching, as you take a look at the turnover
who made that
story.
stop? Who made that defensive stop? It's the Warden, Dave Moralde.
Sa sa kaalaman ng lahat, si Dave, naging playing head coach na to ng Muntinlupa. A few seasons ago, you know, when they had suddenly to change direction in terms of their coaching staff, it was Dave Moralde who assumed the head coaching position.
You know, we know how much basketball IQ he has. He won a ball game where there were only 6 basketball players in high school. So, ganoon na talaga yung talent level ni Dave Moralde. So, it's just a matter of, does he want to coach? Because we know he can.
Longalong, 8 points in the game, driving against Argente. And met by the defense of Adrian Lau on that baseline. Unfortunately, he ran out of real estate there.
It's good to see Jasper Longalong get a lot more burn para dito sa Muntinlupa Cages. He was not getting a lot of minutes from the Bataan Risers in that last season. But we all know that he can score. So going now to the Muntinlupa Cager, mas marami siyang opportunities to showcase his talents right here.
Balagtas onto Lau. Adrian, that clearly was short. Moralde pushing the pace. No numbers for Muntinlupa, but Moralde finding a way somehow to get that shot off.
It's good to see Dave Moralde once again being this aggressive. There was a time where he was very uncomfortable with all the injuries he had. But now he looks a lot more healthy, looks a lot more athletic once again. So I'm sure Dave Moralde will be putting a lot more effort into this season.
That's been the problem the past few years for him, dealing with those injuries on his foot, sa kanyang tuhod, on his calf. It's just been various injuries for him throughout the years. But good thing, kaya ng sabi mo, he's looking nimble again and very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. One out of two for Dave Moralde, former San Beda Red Lion, former UP Fighting Maroon. Asidre will check back into the game. Score is 32-23. We're past the halfway point of the first half. Balagtas back to Viloria. Apacible trying to set a screen. Sombrero switches on to Cranial. John right now against Longalong. Argente driving baseline against Marcos. Two foes facing each other once again, rekindling their matchup from the NCAA wars.
And that is a good stop coming from Muntinlupa. They are called the Cagers for a reason. Caging their defense very well right there in that last play. Playing more physical, good help side defense, good stop coming from the Cagers.
Rock is back with McCoy Marcos. Sombrero with the screen. Marcos crossover to the middle. Longalong, left corner pocket. Three is pure.
The first guy in double digits para dito sa Muntinlupa. 11 points for Jasper Longalong. And everywhere he is given an opportunity, he is making that basket.
Argente to the left side. Balagtas inside to John Apacible.
Textbook high-low play. Closing out on Balagtas because of his 2 3-pointers, eventually leading John Apacible open on that cut.
If you notice their offense, it's not like they're doing anything special.
Yes, very basic basketball. But because these are veterans and these are guys who knows how to play within a system, ang dali ng basketball para sa Rizal. Ang sarap panoorin ng Rizal.
Ganyan na ganyan nga din ang ginawa nila against Pampanga. They were just moving the basketball, taking their time, looking for the best possible shot.
They were playing basketball the right way. And that is how you should be playing basketball. That's why they are working well to start the season. And of course, credit to the coaching staff, credit to the players really sacrificing to play within the system and looking like Rizal will be one of the dark horses dito sa ating season.
Referees will be taking a look at that last play. 3 minutes and 44 ang nalalabing oras dito sa ating first half. So far, the Golden Coolers have been having their way here against Muntinlupa. What do you think have been contributing to the struggles here of the Cagers?
Number one, it's the defense really of Rizal. They have scouted these Cagers very well. No one has really stepped up in terms of the offense para sa Cagers except Jasper Longalong. So other guys, especially the younger guys, has to be able to show out and give out their energy, pretty much like how we saw Marikina earlier try to get a win against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. That kind of energy will be crucial against a team like Rizal, who has a lot of veterans in this team.
Longalong has 11 points in the game, but the next top scorer for Muntinlupa is Josh Giab with 6. After that, it's Dave Moralde with 3. So nobody yet really providing significant help right there para kay Jasper Longalong. McCoy Marcos, who was the top scorer for Muntinlupa in their first game against Quezon City, only with a point so far. There you go. Unsportsmanlike foul called against Marco Balagtas after he tried to box out. Ito si Jetro Sombrero.
I think the elbow of Balagtas hit Sombrero.
Sombrero, 2 free throws right now. He misses the first. Sombrero so far with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Sombrero, an energy guy who brings a lot of athleticism to that 4th spot. Has length and has good defensive instincts as well.
Also good physicality para dito. I remember him getting minutes when they needed to play defense para sa Bataan Risers. So here he'll be getting a lot more burn para sa Muntinlupa Cagers.
Longalong, 1-on-1 against Sean Argente. What a move right there. Jasper Longalong showing us the bag.
I'm telling you, I need to see a highlight reel of Jasper Longalong in this ballgame. He is already in double digits here in the ballgame, and we are in the first half.
Alvin Alday, the other guy in double figures in this game. Alday will take on Longalong. Alday off the back. Well, if it's Longalong providing the scoring clinic for Muntinlupa, he has a counterpart on the other side in Alvin Alday.
What you can do, I also can do half spin. Galing dito kay Longalong, full spin para naman dito kay Alvin Alday.
17 points in the game para kay Alvin Alday. Sombero hands it off. Marcos will try it from the outside. First field goal of the game for Makoy Marcos.
That's already a good closeout on Makoy Marcos, but he shoots the ball up top, so that's going to be very hard to contest. That's a good three coming from Makoy.
This lead is down to 4, 36-32. Viloria puts the ball on the deck. Sombero on the show. Viloria gets by the defense. Viloria extends. Short on the layup.
Oh, they're very lucky he's gonna miss that because that is Cranial Viloria's specialty. I've seen him do it from Arellano all the way to the Mpbl, but they're just lucky na mali yung rolyo ng bola.
Bongay wants it down low, gets balagtas. Marcos instead gives it to the hot hand. Longalong hands it off to Bongay. Longalong, this time from the right corner, it's short. Asidre keeps it alive for Muntinlupa. Sombero knows that he has the advantage over the smaller Alday. That's 2 points more for Muntinlupa, and more importantly, they cut the lead to just 2.
I tell you, Javi, they hear us. We needed energy. We needed a quicker pace. All of a sudden, that's what they do. And now, this is just down to a 2-point lead. The youth of Muntinlupa making the biggest changes. Marcos, Sombero, Longalong. These guys are putting the team on their back. And don't look now, 36-34, only down to the second quarter.
1 minute and 50 remaining in the first half. We'll be back. Babalik ang Marlica Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. We are live from the Inares Center in Antipolo City for the first time in our 6th season. Shots of the crowd here inside our venue as you take a look at our commissioner, Captain Mpbl, Kenneth Doremptes, alongside the destroyer, Rudy Distrito, and operations head, Emer Oreta. This play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Jasper Longalong scoring buckets tonight para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. A new recruit coming from the Bataan Risers. As you take a look at the scoring this quarter, 21-11. Chance to tie here for Muntinlupa. Asidre gets a screen from Giab. Josh Giab from the outside. Josh Giab will score.
Can do it from the inside, now can do it from the outside. Josh Giab has now have the confidence to take it from everywhere he likes.
Don't look now. I was just about to say Muntinlupa is in the lead, but Alvin Alday says, teka lang, kami pa rin.
Alvin Alday just wants to finish this quarter the right way. A good run by Muntinlupa, but you want to be able to stay in control of the ballgame, and Alvin Alday takes advantage of that.
20 puntos na po sa laro na to for Alvin Alday. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jetro Sombero continues to attack the rim. He draws the foul on John Apacible.
No, very quiet game for Jetro Sombero. Only 8 minutes of play, but he already has 5 rebounds and 5 points and 3 rebounds here in this ball game. So a guy who is really providing a lot of energy off the bench is Jetro Sombero.
Muntinlupa 6 out of 12 as a team from the line tonight, while itong Rizal just 3 out of 5 free throws tonight so far. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Pero missing on the second. Rizal could go 2 for 1 here if they hurry. Casino through 2 screens. Viloria wants it against Buenaflor. Balagtas down low. Apacible gets the 2 points.
Perfect execution. Double pick to try and set someone open, and eventually someone on the roll because of the switches will get open, and that is John Apacible extending the lead to 3 here.
Asidre looks at the clock. It reads 10. Rocky drives past Alwin Alday, who gets the steal. Alday has that ball tapped from behind. It will stay with them with 6.7 seconds remaining in the first half.
A good chance para dito sa Rizal to extend the lead to end the quarter. You want to be able to stay in control entering the second half. And this is a perfect opportunity para dito sa Rizal to get a good play in and maybe extend it to a 2-possession ball game.
6.7 seconds remaining. We'll stay on. Rizal has been up and down here in the first half, particularly down here in the second quarter. But Alwin Alday has just been dynamite para sa kanila. For Muntinlupa naman, Juanito, what's been working well for them here in the second period?
Better energy in the second half. They have so much energy. The young guns really stepped up big time. Jetro Sombero and Jasper Longalong, and of course also Giab is playing very well. So because everybody really stepped up, they are able to get a good...
Alwin Alday, 20 points already in this game and has a chance to go for one more. Let's see what Coach Ralph Rivera has drawn up. Balagtas goes inside, a little bit too strong, and that's going to be it for the first half of play between Muntinlupa and Rizal.
Story of 2 quarters. First quarter controlled well by Rizal. We thought this was going to be a blowout, but in the second quarter, good adjustments, good energy, good defense being played by Muntinlupa, cutting the lead all the way to 1, but now the lead is 3 in favor of Rizal.
41-38, our halftime score brought to you by GameX. Now let's check out our Buenas Player of the Week, the living legend of the Mpbl, Mark Yee.
About resurrection. If this guy resurrects in the Mpbl, imagine. Oh, Mark Yee, no resurrection needed. He has been consistent for years already. Mark Yee is actually going to be a huge topic for us in this whole night.
Yes, Mix, kasama ko nga ang pinakabagong Paranaque Patriot, walang iba kung hindi si Mark Yee. Mark, historically, lahat ng team na naging part ka ay nakapasok ng playoffs. Ito ba yung challenge mo ngayon sa sarili mo?
Hindi naman, talagang ano lang, ginagawa lang akong instrumento ni Daddy God na kung saan team makapunta, lagi lang siyang, yun, dinadala lang talaga siya lagi kasi siya yung, kumbaga siya yung lakas namin at saka wala talaga imposible sa kanya kahit hindi ganun. Walang naniniwala sa amin pero andyan si Daddy God, magtulong-tulong kami lahat, walang imposible sa kanya.
Still gunning for the playoffs, which might be a bonus to the mind of Marky, but he would play very hard day in and day out with his leadership to lead. Escandor, who now goes backdoor. Good defense by Paranaque. Mark Yee, again, a testament of his leadership and hard work, fighting for that ball on the ground. Just saw a fiery start for this team, this new squad of Mark Yee. Speaking of double-double machines, Mark Yee now has 11 points and 6 rebounds. He started off very well in this game. There you see him. His leadership, his way of playing is what you've been seeing that is lacking on the side of Paranaque. Yung sino yung magiging go-to nila, who will talk to them. 10 on the shot clock. Mark Yee, and there you go. He apologized. apologized for not shooting it in their previous possession. Now he gets some retribution.
Again, the patience running that offense.
As a three-pointer from Marquis, who continues to be perfect from the field. Three-pointer, no good for Francis. Tempra, he hit Marquis.
Inaayos na ni Marquis yung hit niya doon sa mukha. Natapik pa rin yung bola.
Nakadepensa pa rin siya. It's the right arm. Marquis only needed one game to prove his worth once more. And his statement, Coach Louis, that's what you said, liga niya pa rin to.
Liga niya pa rin to.
And at center, number 83, Mark Yee.
Shot clock winding down. Manalang out to Marquis. One on the shot clock. Marquis, second three-point shot of the game. Pocket pass to Mark, intercepted by Wilson. He has Cruz ahead of the back. Chased down by Marquis, but contact downstairs. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
It's crazy how he's still able to make these kinds of plays on the run, chasing down an even faster player in Mark Cruz. Marquis sets the screen. Jello sets up Mark. He gets it to go. Double-double already para kay Marquis. Sorella with Sarao in front of him. Parito wants it against Marquis.
Man.
That's just experience for you.
Oh, wow. Did you see that defense by Marquis? Gave that enough separation, allowing Parito to spin and eventually keeping that ball away from him.
But what was more impressive to me, Coach, was the timing on how he pulled it share.
That's right.
Sa tulong ng Panginoon, wala talagang imposible para makuha ang panalo na to. And then lahat po ng mga fans ng Parañaque na sumusuporta sa amin, kahit hindi naniniwala yung iba, pero wala talaga imposible sa Panginoon. Maraming salamat po.
Congratulations, Mark. I'll let you celebrate with your family. Our best player of the game, Marquis of the Parañaque Patriots. You have 13 points, pero yung impact mo was more than those 13 points.
And it will all be worth it as you get some victories like this. Marquis would have been the other guy to have gotten that Best Player of the Game award. 18 points, 18 rebounds. Boy, is this his league or what? He's very excellent for who might just be the greatest of all time so far in the history of the Mpbl.
Iba talaga ang energy ng Kuya Marquis. Now, we are still here at the Inares Sports Arena for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now, I am joined by a very special guest, Sir Mario Gotera, the assistant coach of the Rizal Golden Coolers. Sir, very impressive itong simula nyo dito sa season. Para ba sa iyo, Coach, ilang percent ng infusion ng system nyo ni Coach Ralph?
Wala pa, hindi pa. Medyo late kami nag-start and then this is only our second game. Mahaba pa ang season. Hindi namin iniisip yon. Basta everyday tinatrabaho namin kung ano yung dapat namin gawin.
Very humble si Coach Mario. Coach, your shooters are doing very well. Sa tingin mo ba isa to sa pwede maging weapon nitong season na to para sa Rizal Golden Coolers?
Pwede. Pero our big man gusto namin makatulong din. Siyempre dapat ang big man namin nandiyan dyan para sa offense. Ngayon, tinatalo kami sa rebound. So, we have to step up. Mga big man namin kailangan mag-step up.
Alright. Coach, meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Of course, ang aming OIC dito, Sir Bong Lopez and si Sir Puto Leba, nandito din para suportahan ng Rizal. Ang aming Governor, Inares, Nini Inares, and Mayor June Inares. Of course, ang aming mga sponsor, Sir Jaime Lim and Joel Conde ng Golden Coolers, ang CD14 ng Carlo Paracad, INB Sports Apparel, Patrick Santos, Tres Best Control, of course ang Centro Mall, Sir Alex Cruz and Sandre Cruz.
Alright, maraming salamat, Coach Mario Gotera of the Rizal Golden Coolers. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Mpbl na yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl na yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Mpbl, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Halftime between the Rizal Golden Coolers and Muntinlupa, where Rizal is up by 41-38. Avi Palanya joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Ms. Mika Abisamis. After the first 20 minutes of action, Rizal was ahead by as much as 12 points, but Muntinlupa using a strong second quarter to be able to come back and be down by only this much.
You know, Rizal has been very efficient in terms of their scoring. 57%, 6 of 11 from downtown. But the defensive game, the physicality, the rebounding, going all the side of Muntinlupa. Plus 11 rebounds for Muntinlupa. Plus 9 in terms of second chance points. These have been their main weapons. That's why they were able to make a comeback here in the ball game. So we'll be seeing what adjustments Rizal has for them to be able to get a lot more rebounds down low, as they are also a very tall team here.
Josh Giab doing it from all angles here, from the inside and outside. He has 9 points in this game. But Jasper Longalong has been leading the way para sa kanilang koponan with 13. Cuevas joined by Gabe Capasio, Josh Giab, Ryan Arenal, and Kevin Buenaflor to start this second half for Coach Mixon Ramos. Giab could not hit on the baseline jumper. Alday looks ahead. Apacible with Viloria, J.K. Casino, and Keith Agovida. Apacible back out to Cranial Viloria. Shot clock winding down. Viloria passes it out. Apacible from the baseline.
That has been the game of John Apacible. This guy can make it from anywhere on that mid-range and the inside. That's why it's very hard to defend John Apacible, because you don't know what kind of shot he will be taking.
8 points now in the game para dito kay John Apacible. Arenal to his fellow big man, Josh Giab. Giab using his heft against Keith Agovida. Unfortunately, he will be called for an offensive foul.
There's a little bit of an overextension para dito kay Giab. But that is a good try for this young kid. Really trying to find a way, and him getting more baskets here.
Looks like Coach Mixon Ramos will be challenging that last foul on Josh Giab. Coach Mixon feels like it was a flop.
No, see here, that's why there is a challenge. This is the first challenge of the day. So let's see kung successful ang unang challenge natin ngayong araw.
Muntinlupa was off to a very slow start in this game. Had a struggle to get baskets, especially in the first part of our first quarter. Rizal, on the other hand, behind the performances of Alvin Alday and Marco Balagtas, were able to get an early lead. Keith Agovida joined in on the party. Muntinlupa scored 25 points in that second quarter to be able to make this close. There you see Keith Agovida once held the record for most points in a game in the NCAA Juniors Division, scoring 82 points when he was still playing for the JRU Light Bombers.
I remember those times. Ano na yun eh, trending sa buong ano yun, and we were not even in the social media area.
Was successful.
Oh, very good challenge
good for
coming from Muntinlupa. So it looks like that was a really good move down low. Let's watch it again here. Ripping baseline. Oh, no extension. No extension, just pure strength by Giab pushing out into Keith Agovida. That is a clean move coming from Giab. A good challenge coming from Muntinlupa.
And the new rule this year on the Coach's Challenge, once the first challenge is successful, you still have another one to use later in the game. And many people are wondering bakit sa Rizal napunta yung bola. Pagkatapos kasi nun, jump ball situation mangyayari. The possession pointed the way of Rizal. That's why they still kept possession. But Muntinlupa gets a stop on the ensuing play. Capasio, emergency pass. Still ends up with Giab. Josh outside. Buenaflor, top of the circle three. Too strong. Rebound to John Apacible.
That is the adjustment they will be doing. A lot more effort going for those rebounds. They were down by 11 rebounds in the first half.
Casino missing from the outside. Cuevas sees an opening. Cuevas all the way. Good challenge by Keith Agavida. Keith runs into Giab, loses it. Arenal, that pass too forward for Gabe Capacio. Alday, 20 points in the first half alone. Viloria hasn't been quite a factor yet in this game, but Keith Agavida, he definitely has 7 points now. Para sa kanya, a chance for one more at the line.
Now you really can see the veteran stability of this Rizal Golden Coolers. That was 2 straight fast break advantages, 4 versus 3 on both plays. But they did not see a very good line in them forcing anything. So they tried to stay patient, brought around that basketball. Eventually someone was gonna get open. And that was Cranial. Viloria might have missed, but Kira Gawida was there to clean it up.
Agavida at the line for one more. 3-point play is completed. Rizal now up by 6, 46-40. Makoy Marcos is back in the game. He will be taking over the point guard duties para dito sa Muntinlupa. Ryan Arenal. Hand off to Josh Giab. Marcos turning the corner. Marcos off the glass.
From JRU to St. Benil, that's a good handoff, giving a wide open driving lane for Makoy Marcos.
Funny how things work, no? You were bitter rivals in the NCAA. Now, teammates here in the Mpbl, talking about Josh Giab and itong si Ryan Arenal together with Makoy Marcos.
The basketball world is very small. You might be opponents one day, and the next day your teammates could go the other way around. One day magkakampi kayo, the next day baka magkalaban na kayo. So that's how basketball works. But good that they can find a way in making it work dito sa JRU and St. Benil.
Agavida had to kick it out. Viloria doesn't settle for the 3. That's shot clock violation for Rizal.
Sometimes just too much passing para dito sa Rizal. This is a team that likes to share the ball. Just a little too much on that last play.
46-42, 2-possession ball game at our hands. Marcos sees the advantage over J.K. Casino. Marcos once again off the bank.
Tall guard para dito kay Makoy Marcos. And if you have a guard that's at least 6'2", can handle that basketball, can pass the rock, and can also have that post game, that's going to be a very big advantage para dito sa Muntinlupa.
8 puntos na sa laro na to para kay Makoy Marcos. Moralde able to get the steal. Sombero looking for Rocky Asidre. Asidre with a hands in his face actually. Gets it to go from the outside.
Good defense, better offense para dito kay Rocky Asidre. That was well defended, just better offense coming from him.
Muntinlupa back in the lead by 1. The answer quickly on the other side by John Apacible.
John Apacible is doing well on the offensive end, but he has to do a lot more on the defensive end. They are not forcing a lot of stops here in the second half.
Unfortunately for Muntinlupa, Marcos turns it over. This 3-point shot by Rocky Asidre is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. A known gunner here in the Mpbl. Last year was on the roster of the Bacoor City Strikers, but did not see a lot of action as he made most of the time in the reserve list.
That was a very deep lineup by the Bacoor City Strikers. You have guards like Alwin Alday, you have Cranial Viloria, you have James Kwekutey. So that's really a bunch of guards who can do a lot para sa Bacoor. So now at least he is given another opportunity to prove himself here for Muntinlupa.
Apacible, quick move to the basket. 2 points more para sa kanya.
John Apacible is now up to double digits with 12 here in the ball game.
Marcos kicks it out. Asidre fakes the pass. Same spot, same result.
It's too easy para dito kay Rocky Asidre. Cannot give him that space because he will take it and make it. Now 6 points for Rocky.
Deadlocked at 50 all. Casino with the answer. No good. Giab with the rebound.
JK Casino still with 0 in the ball game.
Hard jump stop by McCoy Marcos, but short on the floater. Alday to the corner. Viloria attacks strong. Leaves it. Apacible goes up. Is fouled. He will be taking 2 shots.
Cranial Viloria showing that explosive first step, but you also have to commend the help side of Muntinlupa. Every time Cranial is going for those drives, they are ready to help out. That's why Cranial has been having a hard time in getting those finishes in today's ball game. Only 2 points para dito kay Cranial Viloria.
Look at that move right there by John Apacible. Simple face-up and rip-through. Those are our lucky fans of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Apacible sinks the first free throw. John Apacible against Pampanga at 9 points on 4 out of 11 shooting, including 8 rebounds. 2 out of 2 para sa kanya.
Welcome back to the Mpbl. John Apacible, and to do it against a very strong front court in Pampanga just shows that John Apacible is still on top of his game.
Yeah, many people wonder how former 3x3 players can be able to adjust quickly to the 5-on-5 game.
No, those are just specific talents. Mas maliit ang roster ng 3x3, so I'm sure that their talent is really honed very well, the 3x3 division.
Recycle here for Rizal. Alday has yet to score here in the second half. Offensive rebound once again. Balagtas. Tangled downstairs with Bongay.
A lot of physicality happening here on the rebounding end. Oh, he slipped right there, and then there was a push right there on the down low. Dito kay Marco Balagtas.
Rizal will keep it with a fresh 14 on their shot clock. Deo Timajo, bago pasok sa laro na to para sa Rizal.
Nagot si Deo Timajo. Nangapit bahay lang. From Marikina to Rizal, not that far ang kanyang lipat. But also one of those guys who had a few good spurts for Marikina. So one of the younger guys para dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
Alday to inbound. They see Balagtas in the middle. Apacible, mid-range jumper. This time it's so good. Somebody pushed from behind.
Very clear from our angle. Too clear. I could have made a whistle.
Just not sure who that push came from, but definitely someone extended their arm.
Sobrang klaro sa angle natin na pwedeng tayo yung pumita nun eh.
52-50. Moralde now initiating the offense for Muntinlupa. It goes inside, draws a foul. He continues to be aggressive here para sa kanilang kupunan.
I'm gonna count. Ilang beses nahulog si Dave Moralde sa larong to. I think 3 na yung charge niya dun sa ating mga board sa ilalim. But you have to commend Dave. He is extra aggressive here in today's ball game.
Hindi, kaibigan niya talaga yung sahig eh. Mahilig talaga yung mahulog.
Makinihate na tayo ng mga Dave Moralde fans. Kaklase po namin si Dave buong college. So pwede po namin siyang biru-biruin. Mag-message siya lang yan bukas. Brad, dami nyo namang sinabi.
The Warden, kung gusto nga tawagin.
Oo, tama. The Warden, Dimo.
Juanito Gregorio. He misses on the second free throw, but gets his own miss. Nico Gonzalez gets a foul against Jerry Pingoy.
Well, there's a chance for Muntinlupa to finally get the lead back. They got the lead late in the second quarter, but Rizal was quick to regain the lead back. But now, a perfect opportunity for them to get the lead.
Coach Mixon was supposed to call a timeout, kaya lang na-inbound na yung bola doon. 7 seconds on the 24. Longalong, top scorer para sa Muntinlupa sa laro na to. Longalong able to get a foul, and I believe this will go against Deo Timajo.
That's going to be the second foul for Deo Timajo in a span of 40 seconds. Minsan sobra lang sa gigil yung mga bata because they want really to prove themselves here in the league. Pero pag sumusobra ka, you really will get a lot of fouls. But it's time for Deo Tamaho to calm down. He's given a good opportunity here. He just has to prove himself in the right way.
Gonzalez falls down. Still able to pass it out to Moralde. Longalong against his former senior in FEU. Jerry Pingoy gets past him and gets the 2 points.
Wow, that's a really good move coming from Jasper Longalong. He showed us that he can make those jumpers earlier. Now he is showing that he also has that finish.
I wish I could ask Pingoy right now how he felt after that.
Walang seniority dito sa Mpbl. Jasper Longalong, I'm sure you're proud, Javi, being an FEU product yourself. You see these baby Tams going up against each other. Walang seniority. Jasper Longalong getting that too against Jerry Pingoy.
In and out, and then the blow by Jasper Longalong. He was still taking his residency in our final year.
It's how many batches lower?
2 or 3, I think.
Okay.
Apasible gets it to go on the second. Lead back with Rizal, 54-53. Tight encounter between these two squads. Muntinlupa looking to get their first win of the season, while Rizal looking to climb up to 2-0. Another foul on Deo Tamaho. Now, if this call will stand, that will be 3 free throws para dito kay Jasper Longalong.
I think they want to challenge this, but from our angle, I think that is a foul. Overextending on the shooter. You have to give space to the shooter, but let's see. Oh, the coaching staff are not gonna challenge this.
Deo Tamaho was imploring Coach Ralph Rivera to make that challenge, but Coach Ralph choosing to keep his coach's challenge in his pocket for the meantime.
Jasper Longalong missing the first one sa kanyang free throws.
His first trip to the line in this game, 0 out of 2.
So Jasper Longalong can make it from anywhere on the court except the free throw line. He has shown the whole ball game kung gaano kalalim yung bag niya, but he is 0 out of 3 on that free throw line.
By the way, we'd like to give a shout out to Tito Mikey Reyes, who is having his alone time in the gym right now. Sabi niya, alone time niya to, kayo pa yung maririnig ko.
Huwag ka na makinig. Mute mo na lang, Tito Mike, kasi baka bukas magkakausap na naman tayo eh.
That's right. 2 minutes and change remaining in the third quarter. Longalong, he has been spectacular from the mid-range tonight. A steal by Jerry Pingoy. As one man to beat. Longalong is there to help on defense. Tamaho thought he was free, but at the last moment, defense coming from behind from Muntinlupa to challenge that shot.
It has not been the best of ball games para dito kay Deo Tamaho, but you have to credit the coaching staff. They're giving him an opportunity to redeem himself. And Deo Tamaho, you know, he wants to redeem himself. Gusto niya bumawi, makita mo sa mukha niya. So, kailangan lang niya magbawas ng onting gigil. Let him play the game the right way, and I'm sure he'll be able to recover from his mistakes.
Sombrero, the adjustment, no contact. Moralde picks up his dribble. Another steal by Pingoy. Tamaho is ahead of the pack. Deo recovers. Deo, left hand finish is no good. Viloria goes up, draws the foul. There have been a lot of stoppages here in the third quarter. That's going to go against Cuevas. Jasper Cuevas started this game but has not really made a significant impact sa laro na to para sa Muntinlupa.
A real struggle for Cuevas here in today's ball game. Cuevas only 2 assists here in today's ball game in 12 minutes of play. To not be the best of ball games para dito kay Cuevas, but still 11 minutes and 37 left in the ball game. So let's see if he will be given another chance para makabawi. But I'll take this time para bumate kay Gian Canares.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Boss Gian, big shout out to you. Of course, coming from the Manila Kingpin South. Viloria, who only averaged close to 3 points per game last year para sa Bacoor City Strikers, has the opportunity to go back to his old scoring ways with this Rizal squad.
Look, Craniel Viloria has always been a scorer, a guy who has a very good first step, good finisher, can also extend his range. A born scorer in Craniel Viloria, just had a depth of talent dito sa Bacoor City Strikers. But you are right, Javi, ito yung kanyang pagkakataon ulit na maipakita ang kanyang full talent, full workload here para sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
Asidre tried to shovel a pass to Josh Gia. Pingoy ahead to Viloria. Craniel, basket and one.
I gotta credit Jerry Pingoy for that ahead pass coming to Craniel Viloria. This guy was an MVP for a reason. And let's watch that Jerry Pingoy pass once again. See Craniel Viloria having that advantage, giving it out. That's going to be another good bucket now, slowly extending the lead back to 7 here para sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
Not a lot of players could deliver that kind of forward pass. That's a tough feat to make. And Jerry Pingoy making that play happen. Unfortunately, Craniel Viloria could not complete the 3-point bonus. 60 to 53. Under a minute to play here in the third. Gonzalez had that ball swiped away by Keith Agovida. Pingoy has it. Bounce pass inside. Marco Balagtas. Back-to-back great assists coming from Jerry Pingoy.
Jerry Pingoy dishing it out to everybody right here. Jerry Pingoy already with 3 assists here in the ball game.
All of them coming here in the third quarter, by the way. Makoy Marcos, bounce pass. Josh Giab. The fake by Bongay. And he gets the foul against Chad Alonzo. Second personal laban sa kanya.
Not too happy with that call right there. It's Chad Alonzo, one of the veterans we have here, one of the more respected guys coming from that Adamson program. Has had long years in the PBA, now showcasing his veteran presence dito sa Rizal. Just funny, I remember watching him playing the 3, the 4. Now, of course, he's now playing that 5 position para sa Rizal.
And he does have a chance to go up against his former comrade at Adamson, Ken Bono, who is now
that's going to be
playing
very exciting
for the Mindoro Tamaraws.
It's going to be very, very exciting.
62 to 55. Last shot time para dito sa Rizal. 2-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pingoy looks at the clock. It reached 4. Balagtas will take it from downtown. No good. Long rebound to Pingoy. Inside the delivery to Chad Alonzo.
And Jerry Pingoy is enjoying this end of the third quarter. He has been the biggest contribution for them to extend the lead back to 9. Those 2 steals, those 4 assists, and just the pure energy given by the former UAAP Juniors MVP and Jerry Pingoy. Watch that. 4 white shirts. He sees a wide open guy inside. And don't look now, Rizal extending their lead all up to 9 here in the third quarter.
Alam mo, 10 years ago, di niya mapasa yun. 64 to 55, our score at the end of 30. Rizal once again regaining control at the end of the third quarter. Our end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX.
Presented by Extreme. Ito ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
We are still here at the Rizal Inares Sports Center in Antipolo, home of former King Golden Cooler, Troy Malilin. Troy, una-una, maraming salamat at binisita mo kami ngayon, no, dito. Ang ganda ng pinapakita ng Rizal so far dito sa simula ng season. Sigurado akong tuwan-tuwa ka para sa kanila.
Siyempre, proud ako sa Rizal, sa kung saan man ako nanggaling. And dahil yung unang possessions nila, napansin ko, grabe yung defense nila, and yung aggressiveness nila, and yung willingness talaga nila to win. Sobrang proud ako sa kanila, and tutuloy-tuloy ko lang yung suporta sa Team Rizal.
Troy, dahil dyan sa sinabi mo, ano ba ang mabibigay mong advice, lalo na sa mga frontline boys? Kasi kanina, nung first half, medyo nagkukulang sila sa rebounds.
Siguro tuloy-tuloy lang nila yung aggressiveness and yung sipag sa pagkuha sa rebounds, lalo na yung mga bigs natin. And lalo sa guards, tuloy lang nila mag-create para sa teammates sila. Yeah.
Maraming salamat once again, Troy, para sa pagbisita mo sa amin dito. Sigurado ko na-miss nyo to, Javi Juanito.
Siyempre naman. And you know, I could only imagine what this Rizal team would look like if they still had Troy Malilin in their roster.
He is a perfect fit for this roster. I mean, his energy, his physicality, the way he plays, sobrang magiging advantageous si Troy Malilin with this lineup.
His scoring ability as well. Sabi nga ni Mika kanina, former King Golden Cooler. As we take a look at the quarter scoring right there on your screens, Rizal fighting back in that third quarter to be able to regain control of this match.
You know, most of the third quarter, we were having a close game. Muntinlupa was knocking on the door of Rizal, trying even to get that lead, but all of a sudden, Jerry Pingoy turns on the Jets, gets 2 steals, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists to end that third quarter. And they are able to enjoy a 9-point lead once again here.
Here he is again at the controls para sa Rizal. Viloria facing up against the defense. Viloria decides to go inside. That's 2 points more for Cranial Viloria.
I would never get tired of watching that first step of Cranial Viloria. Quick, athletic, and just pure explosive. Itong si Cranial Viloria.
He makes it no secret na talagang idol niya sa basketball si Kobe Bryant. That's why a lot of his moves are patterned against the late legend. Josh Giab almost traveled there, but whistle blown by a referee, not on a travel, but on a foul.
Muntinlupa playing a lot more slower here in the third and fourth quarter, but let's watch that. Quick jab to the left, sees an opening, that pure speed, mahirap habulin itong si Cranial Viloria.
Ako, ilang camera na ang makakuha ng picture dun sa hang time move ni Cranial Viloria. I'd like to get a shout out to Monching Talisayon, who is watching right now. Boss Monching, maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa aming coverage. I'm sure he's very excited to see his team Binyan play their first game of the season.
I'm very excited for Binyan as well. It's like a mixture of Pasig and Imus. And all those big names, I'm sure will be ready to compete here in our 2024 season.
Viloria gets by Longalong. Still ends up with Chad Alonzo having trouble there on the baseline. Agovida had that ball tapped from behind. Balagtas gets it. Balagtas, the leaner, no good. Capaso secures possession for Muntinlupa. Natamaan pa nga sa ulo.
It's a good rebound coming from Gabe. 3 blue shirts, but it was Gabe Capacio getting that rebound right there. They need a lot more of those stops for them to slowly chip away from this lead.
66-57. Not even 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Marcos kicks it out. Capaso from the outside. Gabe has always been a great mid-range shooter, but that 3-point shot has still been suspect.
You know, Gabe is a born scorer, but he has to be able to adjust to that range for him to add on to his game. I know I'm just loving Gabe because he's more athletic, he's moving well. If he can add that 3-pointer to his game, Gabe will be a much deadlier basketball player here in the Mpbl.
A little bit of backcourt pressure being applied here by Muntinlupa. Capaso, who used to play for Ateneo in the high school ranks, used to face up against My former teammate, Jerry Pingoy. Kaya lang, kami nag-champion nun.
Wala kayo sa amin. Kami yung last. Hindi naman. 6th place pala. 6th place pala ang UP noon.
6 pa kayo nun?
6th. 6 kami.
Nakapanalo pala kayo nun?
Oo, 5 kami nun eh. 5-9. 5-9, 6th place
To my
kami.
memory, winless kayo nun eh.
Yung year before.
Okay.
Yung year before. Gumaling na ako nung next year eh.
Ikaw yung gumaling. Agovida at the line once again for 2 shots. He takes the first free throw.
I really like how contrasting the way Cranial, Viloria, and Agovida plays. Agovida plays calm, controlled, just very slow, and just reads the situation. Cranial, Viloria relying on his athleticism, relying on his explosiveness, yet they're able to make it work together, even with contrasting types of play. That's going to be very advantageous para dito sa Golden Coolers.
They're up by 11 right now. Muntinlupa having trouble buying a basket here at the start of the 4th. Marcos directing traffic. They try to go inside to Giab. Look who forces the steal. Jerry Pingoy once again in the middle of that play. Viloria waits for Apacible to set the roadblock. Viloria wants to go toe-to-toe with the defense. Unfortunately, could not get it on that jumper. Pingoy, eye-to-eye against Gabe Capasio. Pingoy from the outside, off the glass for 3!
Jerry Pingoy has had a lot of assists here in the ballgame, but he shows I can still score, Javi. The MVP is still in me. Let's watch that hesitation. Full hand by Gabe Capasio. Bukas ang bangko ng alas 9:30 ng gabi. Jerry Pingoy gets that 3 here in Rizal.
What a way to get your first basket of the game. 7 minutes and 12 remaining in the ball game. Magbabalik kami. Babalik ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Rizal up by 14 points here against the Muntinlupa Cagers, 71-57. Off the timeout, let's see what Coach Mixon Ramos has drawn up here. Capasio, 2 straight misses from the outside. Apacible puts the ball on the deck. Agovida will not settle for the jumper. Casino, bottled up by the defense of Cuevas. Agovida inside, loses it momentarily, still gets control, and still gets 2 points.
Off balance already on the right side. That is his offhand, but just a pure talent of Agovida to get that finish right there.
12 points in the game for Keith, former champion here in the league with the Davao Occidental Tigers. Longalong has been silent here in the second half, only 2 points to his name. Jasper, shot clock winding down for Muntinlupa. Longalong, that's good defense from Rizal. Apacible, no one in front of him. Apacible will score.
18 points, 4 rebounds for the homegrown of Rizal. John Apacible playing terrific basketball here.
The way he moves, he's like a guard when he runs that floor.
You know, he loves that. He really loves getting into that right spot, running the right lane, and he's just going to receive that ball and jump high up among everybody.
This fast rating of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. And even with the defense of Muntinlupa giving chase, it was no problem para dito kay John Apacible. Back to live action. Jasper Cuevas missing his first free throw. He has yet to score in this game.
It's been a real struggle para dito kay Jasper Cuevas, going up against very experienced and seasoned players in Casino, Pingoy, and also Alday. It's going to be a very good learning process para dito kay Cuevas moving forward into our season.
Moralde trying to bother Agovida. Keith able to get it past the half line. Apasible on top. Down low to Keith Agovida. Agovida, the drop step, the fake. That's an offensive foul against Agovida.
It's just too hard to score on the Warden. The Warden making another defensive stop right here. What a good move by the undersized Dave Moralde, going up against a much taller, much stronger Keith Agovida, but he finds a way to make that stop right there.
Nag-abot rin yung dalawang yan no high school.
Oh, yes.
When Dave was still with the Mpbl Red Cubs. And of course, just like you mentioned earlier, Keith Agovida, former JRU Light Bomber. March De Leon, who was one of the double-digit scorers for Muntinlupa when they went up against QC, scoring only his first basket of the game. Under 5 minutes to play in this game. Casino on the right side. They're trying to look for Agovida. Once again matched up against Moralde. Casino attacks right, back to Keith. That's a shot clock violation.
Good denial by Dave, a good challenge by Dave. Those are two straight stops given to you by Dave Moralde. And Muntinlupa slowly trying to knock on the door. Only 4 minutes left, but if you can play basketball the right way, you might still have a chance in getting that victory away from Rizal.
Giab spins middle, short on the left-hander. Viloria able to get it to JK Casino. No need to rush here for Rizal. Viloria says, let's take our sweet time. Viloria gets a screen from Marco Balagtas. Gonzalez switches on to him. Very difficult to get position, especially on the switch and roll if you're going up against a guy like Marco Balagtas. Both teams already over the limit. That's why Balagtas will be at the line for 2 shots. Good on the first free throw. Balagtas with 9 points in the game, including 6 rebounds and 3 assists. However, he is unable to make the second. Moralde trying to go all the way. Moralde will draw the foul. That's 2 free throws coming up for Timo.
Foul number 37, John Apasible.
Foul will go up against Apasible. That's number 3 laban sa kanya.
Makoy Marcos now going back to play that point guard position. I am very interested to know how the growth of Makoy Marcos will be throughout the season, playing that point guard position. He is much taller than most of the guards here in the league. He used to play 3 and 4 for Binil, but now he is given an opportunity to play that point guard position para dito sa Muntinlupa Cagers. And this guy can play that position, but of course, he still needs a lot of experience for him to be able to compete against the elite guards of our Mpbl.
At saka kung iisipin mo, at this level, sa wing position, medyo may kaliitan pa siya.
Yes. But Makoy Marcos now slowly shifting out into that point guard position. Kaya I'm very excited for what they have in store for Makoy Marcos.
De Leon wants it against Balagtas. Gets it down low. Moralde back to Marge. Stolen away by Alday. That's a foul against Cuevas.
It's a wonderful help coming from Daniel Viloria. Just read that play perfectly. Just knew where that ball will land.
That's 5 fouls already on Jasper Cuevas, so that's it for him. He will troop to the bench in favor of Nico Gonzalez. Alday will be taking 2 shots right now. He had 20 in the first 2 quarters, but only 2 points so far here in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Alday unable to sink the first.
A little cold on the second half para dito kay Alwin Alday. But he was the main guy that brought them an early start. Already 15 points in the first quarter para kay Alwin Alday. A little bit colder after that, but still 23 in this ball game for the veteran in Alwin Alday.
Alday saw his numbers dip last year when he was playing for the Bacoor City Strikers. Because of the depth that they had at that guard spot, the 1 and 2 position was really difficult for him to get his usual touches. But here with Rizal, he too is getting back his scoring touch alongside Craniel Viloria. Under 3 minutes to play in this game. Rizal comfortably ahead by 16. Balagtas given space. That's last touch on Nico Gonzalez. Ooh, no, my mistake. Our referee pointing the side of Muntinlupa.
Rizal Central Golden Coolers is challenging the last out-of-bounds play.
And right now, Coach Ralph Rivera will be using his challenge. The yellow light is on.
Ano, Maps, in volleyball, kapag ikaw yung last touch o na ano, pwede ka nang umamin. And then, if the play goes on and you're given a green card, tingin mo pwede din sa Mpbl yun?
Naku, malabo yan dito. Kasi dito,
Walang aamin. Walang aamin.
Wala pa akong nakikitang player na umamin sa foul.
Lahat rereklamo pa yan, kahit tinulak na.
Oh, lahat tataas lang yung kamay.
Hindi lang sa Mpbl. It's just a culture in Philippine basketball.
Possession stays
Very quick on the review right there.
Challenge is successful. So tama nga yung nakita natin kanina. It was really last touch on Nicolo Gonzalez.
Oh yes, very clear. Probably just a bad angle on the referee.
So possession will stay with Rizal. Golden Coolers looking good to start this 6th season of the league. Had that big victory over our defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, in their first game, 78-71. Marcos got the steal against Viloria. McCoy will go all the way, blocked by Craniel Viloria.
Meet me up top the mountain here in Antipolo. Craniel Viloria goes to the peak and gets that block. Let's watch that again.
There's the steal by Marcos on the crossover of Viloria. He goes up, the adjustment, and look at the reach. That's all ball. Clean block up top by Craniel Viloria.
You meet me in Antipolo. Antipolo is mine. Rizal gets that stop, 77-61 in favor of Rizal.
Presenting our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fan of the game, just like the Avanis, do more and achieve more with a Muscular and Sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avanis, oras na para magmotor. Live here at the Inares Center in Antipolo City for the first time this year. Rizal Golden Coolers having your first home defense of the season. Rizal was 4-2 last year in their home games. Casino off the staggered screens. They set up Alday on the elevator. Alday hoists it up. That's no good. And we go into the twilight zone. The last 2 minutes brought to you by GameX. Things looking bleak now for Muntinlupa with everything happening here in this game. It looks like they will be going down to 0-2. Davis unang pasok sa laro na to, missing on the jumper. That's in and out. (77-61) still. Rizal will try to use as much of the shot clock as possible. Viloria, a little hesitation. Out to Apasible. John from mid-range. This time it's no good. Moralde, cross-court. Gonzalez from the outside. Masyado malakas. Gonzalez pa rin. No roll. A tap going to Alwin Alday.
Just could not get anything the past 2 possessions. Rebounding, nakabawi ang Rizal. They were down by 11 in the first half, but now they're only down by 4 rebounds. But Muntinlupa controlled the rebounding most of this ball game. Just could not get a lot of their second chance opportunities.
Now, is it just really consistency as Alwin Alday is showing us the touch once again from the outside? Is it really just consistency the problem here for Muntinlupa?
Well, it's an experience. Now, a lot of young guys needing to know how to play against seasoned veterans like the players of Rizal. They showed their energy. They showed that they can battle it out. But with the experience of Rizal, they never panicked whenever Muntinlupa was making a run. And in the end, Muntinlupa was able to regain that big lead and now will be winning by 18 points here in today's ball game.
And they will dribble out the time here. Both benches nagkamaya na dito. And marks the end of the ball game here between Rizal and Muntinlupa. So pero susubok pa ng tres, but that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Coolers climb up to 2-0 while Muntinlupa slides down to 0-2.
It's a very good start para dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers, beating a very tough team in Pampanga in their first game. Now beating a very feisty Muntinlupa Cagers in this ball game, and one guy who really stepped up big time, controlling the inside and the running game, is John Apasible. 18 points in today's ball game, really able to show out here in today's game.
Our player of the game is brought to you by Buenas. A lot of guys stepping up para sa Rizal tonight, but it was John Apasible who we picked as player of the game. The score, 79-61. Another big victory para sa Rizal as they gear up for their next match, which will be against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Our final score of the game brought to you by GameX. Our best player is at courtside with Ms. Mika Bisamis.
Kasama ko ngayon ang Buenas player of this game na si John Apasible. John, ang ganda na naging adjustment niyo sa second half sa front line. No? Nasabayan pa yan ng magandang pag-create ng guards. So far, so good kayo dito sa season na to. Anong masasabi mo?
Una-una napapasalamat ako kay God na binigyan kami panalo. Family ko, sa mga coaches ko. Sinunod lang namin yung game plan namin. Yung mga sinasabi ni Coach, ginagawa lang namin. Ayun.
Sa system ni Coach Ralph, kumusta yung relationship mo kay Chad tsaka kay Marco?
Okay naman, si Kuya Chad tsaka si Kuya Marco, mga kuya sila eh. Talagang lagi sila nag-advise sa akin. Ako naman, nakikinig lang ako sa kanila kasi tama naman lahat ng sinasabi nila eh. Kaya nakikinig lang ako.
Okay, John, meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Pinapasalamat ako si Boss Andre Cruz, sila Nina Inares, Mayor Jun Inares, Jamie Lim, Joel Conde, Carlo Paracada, and Patrick Santos.
Alright, maraming salamat. That was
INB's Apparel. Thank you.
He deserves to add more. He is the best player. Once again, this is the Buenas player of the game, si John Apasible. Balik sa inyo. Have you, Juanito.
Thank you so much, Mika. Congratulations once again to John Apasible and the Rizal Golden Coolers for going 2-0 at the start of the season. Our games tomorrow happening at the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay at 4 o'clock p.m. It's going to be the Bicolandia going up against Negros at 6 o'clock. It's going to be Mindoro facing the defending South Division champions, the Banga Master Sardines. And in our last game, it's going to be the Pasay Voyagers defending their home court for the first time against the Abra Weavers. Maraming salamat ulit sa lahat ng dumalo sa aming coverage, to everybody who watched on MPTV Channel 98, on Satellite Channel 53, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the Pilipinas Live app. For my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, for our courtside reporter, Ms. Mika Abisamis, and for all the hardworking men and women of our production crew, for Direk Bernard, and for our executive producer, Ms. Russell Torres. Thank you so much. This has been Happy Palanya saying good night from Antipolo City. Ito ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.